watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me.
Or else you'll be Hakai!
Not Beerus.
You know how this works. Make sure you enable all notifications on the channel and watch the entire video all the way through.
And don't forget to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
That's enough! On with the video.
Now, ever since the initial revelation in finding out that in fact the God of Destruction of Universe 7 does indeed have a teacher, and later having to understand that each and every single God of Destruction was at one point trained by their very angel attendee, many fans for many years have often put this into question in asking on whether or not the angels actually still train their own gods of destruction, as on today's video we go on to tell the tale of what things would ultimately have been like to not only see Whis having to train Beerus in having to kick him back into shape, but also serve as a stark reminder in allowing for Beerus to once again tap back into his hidden potential, and finally from there having to manifest and bring his full power onto the surface. Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As our story opens up on Beerus' planet following the events of Whis' initial training with Beerus, we then observe how Beerus seems to be standing there following his initial training session with Whis, as Beerus from there went on to comment, "Don't get a big head now, Whis. I'm not done, not by a long shot. It amazes me to think that despite everything we've been through, you've never lost a step in your game. How do you do it?" Beerus asks. "How is it that you are able to fight so smoothly yet strike your opponent with such deadly accuracy? It may have been a while since the two of us trained like this, but I hope you haven't forgotten about what happens when I'm pushed over the edge, Whis. One way or another, I will find a way to best you in battle. There's no way that you are without vulnerability. You are treating this as though it was a game. I can see it written all over your face. Don't get cheeky with me. You haven't beaten me yet, and you know it, Whis." "I will admit, Lord Beerus," Whis says, "your fighting spirit and sense of battle is just as sharp as I've remembered it being. However, if you wish to somehow get the better of me during this duel, then you'll have to dig down deep and remember who you are and what your potential allows for you to access. Reach for it," Whis says. "Your true power as a god of destruction has remained dormant now for quite some time. Reach down in rediscovering who you truly are in order for you to fully access it again." As all the while in the distance with both Goku and Vegeta having to watch this, that's when Goku went on to ask, "Isn't it incredible, Vegeta?" Despite Lord Beerus being as strong as he is, he still can't manage to lay a finger on Whis no matter what he tries. How scary is that, with Vegeta responding, "Listen, pay attention, Kakarot. Did you hear what Whis just said to him? He told Lord Beerus to rediscover who he truly is and to dig down deep in order to find the power that he possesses within him to stand a chance. Does that remind you of anything?" with Goku responding, "Hey, yeah, he said the same thing about Ultra Instinct. Whis had always made it clear that in order for me to truly master Ultra Instinct, I'd have to always remain in a state where my heart is calm, but at the same time always remember who I was and what I'm fighting for. Does this mean that he's trying to get Lord Beerus to do the same thing right now?" To whereas we only then see how Beerus began to fire a barrage of energy attacks at Whis, that's when Beerus went on to shout, "Enough of this, this! I'm not going to lose to you again, Whis! But with Whis being who he is, Whis was effortlessly then shown having to dodge each and every single one of Beerus' blasts, as while dodging the God of Destruction's attacks, that's when Whis went on to tell him, "Very impressive, Lord Beerus, but blindly firing your energy blasts at me is rather amateur, wouldn't you agree? When I told you to reach down and dig deep, I didn't mean using blind rage as a method against me. I know you know better than this," to where as soon as Beerus was then shown dashing directly towards Whis, it was only from there where Beerus went on to ask, "An amateur, huh? Oh, that does it, Whis. I'll show you, amateur. You're lucky your Ultra Instinct is allowing for your body to move on its own, because if it didn't, then you'd already be sleeping on the floor and you know it. Now hold still." To where once again, as soon as Beerus was shown attempting to strike Whis, with Whis being shown having to move out of the way, it was from that point on where Whis went on to tell Beerus, "Now why would I just stand here and allow for you to strike me, Lord Beerus?" In which, as we then see how Whis had gone in using one finger to stop Beerus' punch, that's when he went on to continue, "You'll need to calm yourself and remember the roots of what made you such a fearsome and powerful god of destruction. We both know that it lies deep within you. You'll just need to let it go, just like the Saiyans. If they were able to do it," he adds, "then so can you. If the Saiyans were able to reach new levels of power, then surely you can too, especially with what you already know. You are a skilled warrior, Lord Beerus," Whis adds, with Beerus shown backing away. He then continues, "But I think it's time you spend less time sleeping and more time training," with Beerus responding, "So you really believe that my true power can be brought back out onto the surface if I am able to control my emotions and merge that with my title?" "I truly do," Whis responds, "but only you can be the one to see this through in order for it to happen. Just focus," Whis says. "For the record, Whis, don't you ever compare me to those Saiyans. It's been a little while, but I know that it's still there," Beerus adds. As he went on to look at his hand, he then continues, "I will not accept anything less than my all, and all I need to do is concentrate in order to draw it out again. I could never allow myself to be surpassed by anyone," he adds. "Not Vegeta, not Goku, no one. I am the mightiest destroyer for a reason," Beerus says. "A destroyer beyond limits, and I will show them all why." To where as soon as Beerus was shown concentrating with a massive aura then beginning to envelop him, he then went on to continue, "My will to overcome the odds, my burning desire to destroy and maintain. I am at peace with who I am, but never content with what my true nature is. A god of destruction. I am both the judge and the executioner of all things in this universe. I am unbreakable and unbeatable, the true definition of an alpha destroyer." To where it was only then shown where Beerus had began to power up with such intensity that even both Goku and Vegeta had never seen this before, by putting this into question by responding, What in the world is that?" Goku asks. "Vegeta, are you seeing this too?" "I think that's it, Kakarot. That must be Lord Beerus' true power." "Yes, that's the way," Whis adds. "Bring everything out onto the surface and use it to guide you, Lord Beerus. The destructive instinct you have that burns inside. If you are to hold your own against me," he adds, "then you need to bring this power out onto the surface." Which was exactly what Beerus had gone in doing, because as Beerus was then shown having to transform, in finally bringing out his inner potential and true power now onto the surface, it was during this initial power-up where Beerus went on to shout, "I am Lord Beerus, the strongest god of destruction in the entire multiverse." "What kind of power is this?" Goku asks. "It's unreal. He's so much stronger than we assumed he'd be," Vegeta adds. "I can't believe he had this within him." "Ah, there it is," Whis says. "What a magnificent display, my lord. I knew you never lost that drive. I almost forgotten what it felt like to use this power, Whis. But nevertheless, here's what you've been asking for," Beerus says. "It's been a while since I was forced to use this power in battle, but don't assume that I'll be taking it easy on you either. One way or another, I will find a way to beat you. This time, though, I'm going to let you be the one to make the first move. Let's just see how good you truly are when I'm at my best." As Whis went on to get into fighting position by responding, "Yes, of course, that's the fighting spirit I was hoping you would draw out. And as you've requested, I will be the one to make the first move against you." Ready, Whis asks, with Beerus responding, I'm always ready, Angel. Now show me what you can do against me now. Now go, as you wish, Whis says, and as soon as Whis had then gone in charging directly at Beerus, it was from that moment on where Whis went on the offensive in attacking Beerus, with Goku responding, aw man, look at Whis go, but Vegeta, take a look at Lord Beerus. He's actually able to hold his own and hold out on Whis' strikes. What a difference now, right? With Vegeta responding, there's no doubt that Lord Beerus is at his peak, but I wonder how far he can go against Whis. It's crazy to think that he was holding out on this much power, and all it really took was for Whis to remind him of who he was for Beerus to draw it out, he says, to where almost instantaneously, as Whis had gone in attempting to punch Beerus, Beerus was actually then quick enough in being able to duck on under in avoiding Whis' punch by telling him, nice try, but you'll have to be a little faster than that if you're looking to land one on me again, Whis. Which interestingly enough, as Beerus had from there attempted to uppercut Whis, it was Whis that went on to move out of the way by telling him, impressive, quite the difference compared to before, but you'll have to be a little faster as well if you hope to have a chance. You're doing much better at keeping your eyes on me than before, he adds, however, you still have a very long way to go if you hope to best me in battle, Whis adds, to where as soon as Whis was then shown having to kick Beerus away, that's when he went on to tell him, especially if you're this reckless, I want you to continue to reach down deep and tap into your warrior spirit and use that against me during our battle. In which, as Beerus was then shown having to maintain balance by stabilizing himself, that's when Beerus went on to tell Whis, why that does it, you still think I can't hold out and beat you? Well, think again, Beerus shouts, I'm not going to tumble over like I did before. Now let's see you take on these for size. Take this, Beerus shouts, in which as Beerus was then shown having to fire multiple energy blasts directly at Whis, which from there Whis was shown having to dodge each and every single one of them, that's when Whis went on to continue, that's the way, your attacks are much sharper than before too. This is what I wanted from you, he adds, but surely you can do much better at keeping your aim steady. There is nothing that you can do that I wouldn't be able to already see, Whis says, to where all the while in the meantime with both Goku and Vegeta shown having to move out of the way as Beerus' blasts were heading right towards them, in an act of desperation, that's when Goku went on to shout, holy crap, Vegeta, quickly, get out of the way, those blasts are out of control. But it was only during that moment where Whis went on to fire multiple blasts of his own as Whis went on to tell Beerus, here you go, Lord Beerus, can you also do the same, with Beerus responding, you sneaky little weasel, I should have suspected you'd do this, and as soon as Beerus was then shown having to avoid each and every single one of Whis' blasts, it was from that point on where Beerus went on to put these blasts into question by asking, that's it? This was supposed to be what I was afraid of? Not a chance. You'll need to try harder, now watch and see. In which as Beerus was then shown having to literally deflect Whis' own blast, that's when Goku went on to put this into question by telling Vegeta, just look at Lord Beerus move. He's not only engaging with his blasts and able to knock them back, but he's actually fast enough now to see Whis' punches coming. How wild! Not just that, Vegeta chimes in, but he also looks like he can take a lot more punishment from Whis too. In which out of nowhere, as soon as Whis was shown having to attempt to kick Beerus, with Beerus shown having to duck on under, Whis from that point on was pleasantly surprised as Whis went on to respond, whoops, my, you actually avoided my attack. Very good, Whis says. Oh, shut up, Beerus says. Hold still, damn it. Having you constantly dodge my attacks is annoying me. Well, that's because you're still not fast enough, nor are you paying better attention to find an opening, Lord Beerus, Whis says. Are they trying to kill us or what, Goku asks. That was a close one. Who knows what would have happened if one of those blasts made contact with us? Hey, Kakarot, look, Vegeta says. Are you seeing the way Lord Beerus is moving? Keep your eyes on his attacks for a second. In which as Beerus was shown continuously attacking Whis, that's when Beerus went on to comment, you should know better than anyone, Whis, that if there is one thing that you should never overlook about me, it is the ability to always find a way to find the opening that I need that always wins me the battle, Beerus shouts. As to everyone's surprise, including Goku and Vegeta, that's when Beerus went on to finally actually be able to land a clean shot to Whis' face. Neither Goku and Vegeta could seem to believe this, as Vegeta went on to respond, I can't believe it. Lord Beerus actually broke through Whis' guard and hit him. But that's impossible, Goku says. He got him. He was actually able to successfully land the hit on Whis' face. incredible! But all the while, however, Whis didn't seem to be bothered by this, but rather impressed, as Whis went on to then tell Beerus, "Well, I'll be very good, Lord Beerus. You are the first one outside of another angel to actually land a successful punch to my face. I am surprised myself, but very proud nevertheless. However, though, even if you manage to land a hit on me, this will be far what finishes me," with Beerus being shown taken back by asking, "Wait, what the heck? You're smiling? Why are you smiling?" As it was only during that point in time where Whis was shown having to uppercut Beerus in the stomach by responding, "I am smiling because as impressive as you proved yourself to be here today, you still have a very long way to go if you hope to be on the same level as us angels, Lord Beerus. Here is the difference between my power and yours, my lord. I am very sorry to have to do this, but I think we'll call it a day," and this punch alone was enough to knock Beerus out of his form, to where as Beerus was shown stumbling and bumbling around and falling on down, that's when Whis went on to continue, "Please remember this moment along with the power you used in order to progress this far against me. It'll be what helps you in the long run," he adds. "I am humbled to have you by my side and watch you grow into becoming the great destroyer that you are. But I think it's time for a small break before we resume. Can't let you rest for too long now," he adds. "There we are. Now then, Lord Beerus, wake up. It's time to rise and shine," and the moment Beerus was shown sitting on up and being very angry, that's when Beerus went on to shout, "Gah, what the? You, Whis, damn you! That wasn't fair. You cheated. You were hiding more power from me than you were letting off. That's not fair. You got lucky, that's all." "I must admit though," Whis says, "you sure looked very angry during our duel, Lord Beerus. I haven't seen you that focused in a very long time. It was quite the sight to see, that's for sure." "Oh, don't patronize me, Whis. Just you wait. Once I get used to using my full power on top of mastering Ultra Instinct along with it, you're going to be in big trouble. I was just a bit rusty, that's all. Although there is much that needs to be done in order for you to be able to use this power of yours without any prior drawbacks," Whis says, "there is also much for you two to learn as well. The road of growth doesn't end here with you two either," Whis says. "I hope you Saiyans aren't content with your Hakaishin and Ultra Instinct powers now." We aren't," Goku says, "or at least I don't think we are." "I see what this is," Vegeta responds, "and what exactly do you have in mind for us?" "We are only just getting started," Whis responds, "and just like Lord Beerus, you two are next. I want you both to come down and draw your best forms against me. We will see how far the two of you can push yourselves into achieving a new level of power. For your journeys are only just beginning," as it was only then during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Whis vs Hakaishin Beerus manga chapter 1-off special then comes to a close. Now, what I really enjoyed about making this story was not only going as far as to showcase Whis having to push Beerus far enough and tapping into his full power, but also to illustrate the case in point and having Whis remind Beerus that he can't afford to be lazy, he can't afford to just stand around, and ultimately allow others such as Goku and Vegeta to potentially even surpass him in power. So just as it once was before, he wants to have Beerus now be at his very best without having to suffer the drawbacks of having to be lazy or even forgetting the fruits of your training prior, which was why it was very important to showcase a variation of what things would have ultimately had been like, to see Beerus not only merge together both Ultra Instinct alongside with his Hakaishin power, but also demonstrating that in seeing the difference how he was versus how he ultimately became after, of course, having to transform. So down in the comment section below, what I want to know from you guys are two things, that being number one, how strong do you truly believe Beerus is within either the Dragon Ball Super manga or even in the Dragon Ball Super anime, and number two, is it possible for not only Beerus but maybe perhaps even the other gods of destruction to do something similar and mix together or combine both the powers of Ultra Instinct along with their Hakaishin-like powers in showcasing who and what they are at their absolute best, which again, I do want to thank you all so much for being here and thank you all so much for watching. As of course, always, if you guys just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon or the little gearbox and enable all notifications. That way you guys never miss a single video posted on the channel. On top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below if you guys enjoyed and ultimately want to see more, tune back in for more as well, because I can promise you guys this right now, this is only just going to be the beginning of many great things to come. So thank you all so much for being here. Tune back in for more and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace.
Hello.
Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.